electronically. Our system allows that. With the balance to be paid in 30 to 75 days at settlement. Reuben assured me a couple of parties had sorts of variations on those terms. Those variations have been approved, so bid with confidence, knowing that the vendors here at Dorset Road have done everything they can to make it as simple as you can to bid and buy here this evening. To the investors in the crowd, $380 to $410 is the rental estimate that we think the property will achieve in the rental market in its current condition. And what a wonderful opportunity. 250 square metres of Croydon dirt underpinning your financial future. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, single garage, that low maintenance courtyard right on cue there. We couldn't have timed it any better there. Thank you very much, Hayley. It's a wonderful property. It's a front property, of course, just 4 in the block, single level, low maintenance, a perfect property patch. You want to look and add it to your portfolio or start an investment portfolio, or perhaps you're downsizing, like the low maintenance, or perhaps you're a first home buyer. This is a wonderful, wonderful property. It's a wonderful place for the vendors. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful place for the buyers here this evening. So that's probably enough out of me. I'll throw it over to you. Opening bidder offer. Get me on the way. First lot tonight, lot number 1, 1/110 Dorset Road in Croydon. Where should we start? Well, it's good to see that some things in our online auctions are the same as on-site auctions. Because I remember back when we used to do on-site auctions, I'd always call for an opening bid. And there'd always be silence. So it's good to see that that tradition's come over to our online space. It's not the first bid that matters. It's the last bid. That's the one we're going to write in the paper. So where do we start? Anywhere you like. I'm happy to start on the vendor bid if we like. But where should we start? What's it worth? In your hands. We can start anywhere you like. Where do we start? We can start anywhere you like. First bid's always the hardest bid, I understand. Someone's got to start. Silence is not golden when it comes to the land of options. We're not telepathic. We can't read your mind. You're going to have to put your bid in. Type it in if you like. Where should we start? Happy to start it with a vendor bid if you like. Just means you bid over the top. Where do we go? Well, why don't we start off? I'll kick it off with me, the vendor, at $450,000. With me, the vendor, $450,000. Nice, gentle, easy start in there. I'm sure we can all agree it's worth more than $450,000. At $450,000 now, opening bidder offer with me, the vendor. I'll take a $10,000 rise from there. At $450,000 the bid now, $460 our search. At $450,000 now, clearly bid and offered. $460 jump on in. Plenty of interest in the property, I know. At $450,000 now, $60 can I say? Call it 3 times. First call, $450,000. Second call, $450,000. Silence is not golden. Now's the time to jump on in. $460, jump on in if you like. $450 with me, the vendor, to start. $460 where you need to be. Third, final time at $450,000. $60 to get you in. $450 I have. Everyone's a little bit nervous. We understand. $450. $60 we go. Plenty of options. Start off slow. We understand. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, low maintenance. That courtyard out the back. 250 square metres. A hell of a lot of real estate here for this price. At $450,000. $60 to get you in. What do we want to do? At $450, $60 we search. $450 I have. $60 to get you in. Don't hesitate. Now's the time. Just want to remind everyone, if we pass the property in on a vendor bid, what that means is that no one gets the right to negotiate. But if we pass the property to you, if you're the genuine bidder, then what that means is we deal exclusively with you. At $450,000 now, $60, jump on in if you like. Plenty of registrations in the property, plenty of interest. Now's the time to jump in. You have to do it. At $450, $60 I search. At $450 I have. $460 to get you back. At $450, $60, jump on in if you like. At $450, call it 3 more times. Clear instructions from the vendor. No one's going to have an advantage now. $460. If you want to have the advantage, deal with the vendor. Give yourself a chance to negotiate. $460 where you need to be. First call, $450,000. Second call, $450. Jump on in. $60 I search. Third, final time at $450,000. $60. Jump on in if you like. Plenty of interest. Now's the time to jump in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do call this the halftime break sometimes with options. So what we're going to do is press pause here. Just going to speak to Reuben, the marketing agent. We'll be back before you say cat in the hat. Thank you, patience, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of nervous bidders. We understand. We know that the first bid's always the hardest bid, but someone's going to jump on in. Plenty of interest. If you want to give yourself the chance to negotiate with the vendor, put yourself in that box seat at 450. Well worth more than this. I think we can all agree. Plenty of real estate here for that price. At 450, 60 to jump on in. Reuben, Josh, at 460. That's where we're searching. 450 I have. Jump on in. Clear instructions now. What do we want to do? At 450,000. Where do we go from here? Still looking for that opening bid at 460. Everyone's silent, I understand. At 450, 60 to jump on in. First call, 460. Sorry, 450. 60 I search. Second call, 450,000. 60 to jump on in. Third and final time at 450,000. 60 jump on in. Reuben, Josh, on the phone. I know you're on the phone to some bidders. What are we doing? Are we going to get a start or are they going to bid? At 450. Clearly, hell of a lot of real estate here for that price. I've said it numerous times. 250 square metres. 2 bedrooms. 1 bathroom. Just down the road from Dorset Golf. You've got ease of access into the city. It's a wonderful, wonderful location. Schools, parks, everything at your doorstep. At 450, where do we go from here? 60 I search. Plenty of interest. I know we've got registrations in the property. There's 44 people on the meeting, 50 people on the meeting. They're not all here just to look at us, I'm sure. Plenty of people are interested in the property, I know. At 450, 60 to get you in. It's the first bid. It's the hardest bid, I understand. But now's the time to jump on in. Because if you bid, you give yourself an advantage. Because if you bid and no one else bids against you, you are in the box seat. It means we'll deal exclusively with you. If we pass the property in on a vendor bid, well, then what happens there, unfortunately, is no one gets the advantage. You can throw your offer in the hat, throw it in the ring with everyone else, and you get no advantage. And it's just going to have a little Dutch auction. So if you want to give yourself an advantage, you've got to give yourself the opportunity. You've got to bid. At 450,000, I'm going to call it 3 times. At 450, 60 to get in. First call, 450. Thank you there, 23. Got it there, the starter, and good luck with you at 460,000. At 460 the bid now, clearly bid it off it now. Let's go up in 10s. At 460, 70 I search. At 460 I have good luck with the bidding there, 23. Michael Jordan's number, Buddy Franklin. That's 460,000 now. Clearly bid it off it. Where do we go from here? Now's the time to jump on in. Unfortunately, 23's got the advantage now. No one else jumps in. At 460,000, you're going to call it 3 times. First call, 460. Second call, 460,000, 70 I search. Third, final time at 460,000, 70 to get you back in. Plenty of interest, I know, plenty of registrations. If you're registered on the property, you got to bid now, because what happens is number 23, they have sole rights to negotiate. It means that no one else gets a look in. It means that we're going to take 23, we're going to negotiate behind the scenes. You won't even get the opportunity to put an offer in if you wanted to. Now's the time to bid. At 460,000, 70, jump on in. Called it 3 times at 460,000 now. What do we want to do? 10 to get you back in. Plenty of interest on it. Plenty of registrations. First call, 460. Second call, 460,000. Right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Turned that I was on mute. That's disappointing for you because I had some ripper gags there. At 460, got you there. 460,000. Where do we go from here? Call it 3 more times. Still taking 10. Look for 470. At 460, 70 to get you in. At 460,000 now. 70, can I say? First call with you, 23. 460,000. Second call, 460,000. Third and final time at 460,000, 70, jump on in. Plenty of interest in the property, I know. Plenty of potential, plenty of registrations. What happens here, unfortunately, to all those other parties? If you don't bid at the moment, we pass the property into 23, they get sole rights to negotiate. What that means is you're not involved. The door's closed. It's shut. You don't get a look in. We deal exclusively with them. If you want to bid, you've got to jump in now. Give yourself the opportunity to negotiate with the vendor. Clearly, they want the result tonight at 460,000 with you, 23. 470, can I say? Going to call it 3 more times at 460,000. First call. At 460,000, second call. At 460,000, third and final time. Well, I know there's plenty of interest in the property. I imagine what we might be doing is we might let everyone warm up a little bit, get comfortable with the bidding. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to press pause on the auction. We're going to move on to lot number 2 tonight. Reuben, you're going to be in the background. You're going to be discussing with everyone with 23 and other interests. And I'll dare say we'll bring the auction back in once we've sold it. So 460, press pause, not passed in, just press pause. And we're going to move on to lot number 2, which is in 15 Valkyrie in Ringwood. You've got Yarra, Grammar up the road. You've got Parks. You've got the Yarra, Mullum Trail. You've got it all at your doorstep. It's a hop, skip, and a jump down to all the amenities that we love in Ringwood. Of course, you've got Eastland, the train station, either back into the city or down the peninsula. It's a wonderful, wonderful property. Roll it over to you. Opening bid off, so get me underway. 15, Valkyrie Crescent in Ringwood. Where do we start? Again, everyone's a bit nervous to start, I understand. As I said on the previous auction, the first bid is going to be the hardest bid. But you got to bid. At the moment, that number 23, they're in discussions with Reuben about how to buy the lot number 1, and I can guarantee you that property will be sold tonight. So if you want to bid, now's the time to jump on in at 15 Valkyrie Crescent. Where do we start? Got it there, GW3. Good luck with the bidding. 750, 750 I take. At 750, let's go up in tens. At 750 the bid now, clearly a bit off, and good luck with the bidding. There it is. At 750, 60 can I stay? At 750, clearly bid and offered. At 750, call it 3 times. First call, 750,000. Second call, 750,000. Third and final time at 750,000. Got you there, new face. 760. I hope I pronounced that correctly. 760,000. Got you there. There's the competition. Now, not taking 5s, taking 10s. Appreciate the offer. I'll let you know when we need the 5s. Hang on to them. You'll need them later, I assure you. 770 got you back. At 770, 80 seems logical, I would have thought. At 770,000. First call, 770. 80 I searched. Welcome back. 80, got you there. That's 780. Let's go 800 perhaps. 800 bid, we searched 90 uptake. Got it there from Gurragran. Got it there, sorry, Gwyneth. 800 is where you need to be, Gwyneth. Bids against you at 790,000. First call. Second call. Got you back there at 800,000. 800 clearly bid it off. Let's go up there. 810 we search. 800,000. First call. Second call, 800,000. 820, big bold bid, I like it. 820 we'll take. 820 the bid now. Let's go 40. 820. 40 got you back. Welcome. 840 there. Sorry, Gwyneth. 40. 50 can I say, Gwyneth. 840,000 first call. New face in the race, Bruce. Welcome. You got it at 860. 860 there with Bruce. 870 got you back, Gwyneth. You reappeared like a magic trick. Who did he? Welcome. 870. Where do we go? 80 we search. First call. 900. Big bold bid. Bang. Knockout bid. Mike Tyson would be proud. 900, Gwyneth. And where the bid's at? 910, can I say, Gwyneth? 900 I have. Got you back there, 910. At 910,000. First call, 910. Very fast pace. Second call, 910,000. GW3, 920. No, sorry, Gwyneth. The bid's already at 920. Sorry, Josh, on the phone there with you. I've got it there at 920. At 920,000, 30 we go. 920 I have, 30 got you back, welcome. At 930 there with Guangran. At Guangran, I hope we pronounced that name right, I apologise if I have it. 930. 40 GW3, got you back there, 940. At 940,000, 60. Bang, guess what, we're on the market, we're selling 960, we're playing for keeps. At 960, on the market, we sell. At 960, they're the magic words. If you wanted the bid, now's the time to jump on in. At 960, first call. Second call, 960,000 on the market, we sell. GW3, you've done all the work, you've got it back there, 970. At 970, let's go 80. First call, 970. 980 with Josh on the phone, got it there. First call, 980,000. Round me off at $1 million. Us auctioneers, we love them, all right. We'll take the 990. Wishful thinking on my behalf, perhaps 990,000 we'll take. Million, let's go, GW. Or Josh on the phone. First call, 990,000 on the market, we sell. Second call, 990,000. Third, got you back, Josh. $1 million. I knew the $1 million was out there. The GPS is just off, that's all. At $1 million, you're in front, Josh. At 900,000, we have it there. Let's go 1,010,000. First call, $1 million. Nice round number. 1,020,000. Got you there, big bold bid, 20 on top. 1,020,000, we got it there, 1020. At 1020, let's go 1030. First call, 1,020,000. On the market, we sell. Soul sticker goes up tonight. Second call, not taking 5s at the moment, taking 10s. See the smaller bids go on run. They just encourage the next bid. Unfortunately, the bid there with Josh. It could have been you at 10.30 if you had it gone 10. At 10.30 there with Josh, let's go 40. Let's not make the same mistake again. At 10.40 I searched, 10.30 I had. GW3, Guang Grun, 10.40 got you back there. At 10.00, at 10.40, 1,040,000 on the market we sell. First call, second call, third and final time. At 1,040,000, got you back in the nick of time at 1,050,000. At 1,050,000 now, let's go 60. At 1,050,000, GW3, 60 can I say? Or 70, 80, 90. I'll keep going up. You tell me when to stop. 1.1 perhaps. All right, I'll tell you what. Maybe not 1.1, but I'll take 10 on top to 10.60. 10.50 I had. First call, 10.50 on the market we sell. No better bid. Hammer falls. Got you back. Good. At 10.60 we have at 1,060,000. At 1,060,000 the bid neck. We've been up there at 1,060,000. At 1,060,000 now. First call. 10.60 on the market we sell. Second call. No better bid. Hammer falls. 10.70. At 10.70 now. Let's go 80. First call 1,070,000. Second call 1,070,000. Third and final time 1,070,000. GW3. See, GW3, you've been with us since the start. Now's not the time to be quiet. You've done all the work. You got it on the market. Now's not the time. 1,070,000 I had. 1,080,000 got you back. I like it at 1,080,000. At 10.80. At 10.80 the snowball trick. We got it there. At 1,080,000 now. First call 10.80 on the market. We sell away. Second call 10.80 with you. GW got you back, Josh. At 10.90. At 10.90 the bid now. Let's go 1.1. Round me off. Our stock sheets love the round numbers at $1,090,000 with you, Josh. First call at 10.90. GW3, another 10 to get you in, 1.1. Second call, 10.90 on the phone with Josh. Got you back at 1.1. At 1.1 million. Suggest maybe, Josh, the 10s, they don't work. Let's go 20 at 1.1 million I have. Search for 1.12 I suggest. First call on the market, we sell away 1.1 million. Second call on the market, we sell 1.1. Josh, where we go? Third and final time, 1,100,000. Have we seen the best, Josh? Surely not. Been fiercely conscious of Rafa and Nadal back and forth at very volley at 1.1, Josh. Now's not the time to be quiet. 1.11.
Let's draft barrels down then.
Thanks for the feedback there, Wayne. Where do we go, Josh? I need to know. Are we in? Are we out?
1.15.
Appreciate. Sorry?
1.15.
Will they bid 10? I prefer a 10 at the moment, Josh. Will they bid 10?
They'll only go to.
All right, I'll take it. Persistence beats resistance. So 1.105. 1.105, correct, Josh? Josh just confirmed. It's a 1.105. 5 on top. All right, I will take it. That's what it was, Josh. 1,105,000 with Josh on the phone. Is that right, Josh? We're taking the bid. 1,105,000, Josh. I just need to know, is that right? Can you type it into the chat or come off and tell me? I need to know. Appreciate your patience, GW3. Same courtesy for you. Should you know, we understand it's a big decision buying and selling. 1.1 is the bid, Josh. Just confirm that they're bidding 5 on top. I need to know, Josh, what are we doing? Are they in? Are they out? Are they bidding the 5? Even better. I like it. 1.11. 10 on top is much better than 5. 1.11, we go 110,000. Where do they go from here? GW3. On the market, we sell away. 1.11 the bid. First call. Second call, GW3. Third and final time. 1,110,000 GW3. We send you best. I'll take 5. Why not? 1.115. 115,000 and million before that. Where do we go from here, Josh? I'll take the 5 now that gets them in. First call on the market, we sell 1.15. Second call on the market, we sell. Third, final time. Have we seen the best, Josh? In, out, I need to know. I'll take 5 if it gets them back in. 1.115. Been a fiercely competitive auction. Opening bid was, I think, 750,000. Risen up, where we're up to now. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 668 square metres. Wonderful, Wonderful location. Schools at your doorstep. Mullum Trail. Beautifully light. Timber floors. There's a lovely property, that al fresco area at the back. Surely that's got to be enough. If you're on the phone to them, Josh, just remind them about that. Tell them the deck out the back, the built-in barbecue. Remind them, Josh, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the double carport. Tell them how close it is to Yarra Grammar. Of course, it's just down top skip down the road. Then you've got Eastland. Make sure you remind them about all this sort of stuff, Josh. Because I need to know. I appreciate your patience, GW3. Are they busy, Josh? Are they in? Are they out? I need to know. Get a sell away. I've called it 3 times. I'm going to sell it, Josh. What are we doing? Are they in? Are they out? What's happening? 1.15 is the bid. First call, Josh. I'm going to sell phone here. I'm going to take silence as acceptance. Second call. On the market, we sell. Josh, are they in? Are they out? What are they doing? 10.20. I got it there. 1.12. 1.12. I like it. Seems to be, Josh, the more I talk, the more they spend. I like the arrangement. At 1.12, where do we go from here? Suggest a knockout bid. Suggest 10 on top, GW3. But it's up to you. Where do we go? 1.12 on the market. We sell away. No better bid. I'm going to sell. First call, 1.12 on the market. We sell. Second call, GW3. Are we seeing your best? Surely not. Market got you back. 5 on top. 1.125. 1.125. Josh, suggest a quicker bid this time. The quick bids, they buy property. The slower bids, they don't. They just encourage the next bid. Where do we go from here? First call, 1,125,000. On the market, we sell away. Second call, 1.125. What are we doing, Josh? Are they in? Are they out? What's happening? Third and final time. I tell you what, Josh, I'll take $1,000 if it gets them back. Last roll of the dice, $1,000 on top. Think about it. If they bid $1,000 and GW3 bids over the top, they spent no money. For that $1,000, the worst thing that can happen here is they might buy the property. For a last roll of the dice, the worst thing that happens here is they might be able to buy it at 1.125. I'll take $1,000 on top. Interest rates at the moment, 2 to 2.5% is what you can secure. So that 1.26, Josh, can you hear me? 1.126, which is $6,000 above their last bid. That's $6,000. What that works out to be is going to be about $6.10 per week in their repayment. So the price of a latte in some coffee shops in the inner city of Melbourne, they might be able to get the property. A latte a week. I'm sure I've got them back there. Thank you. I like it. Understand value 1.126 on Josh. Where do we go from here? 1.127. I'll take 1.127. Let's go 8, Josh. 1.127. Clearly bid it offered. On the market, we sell. First call, Josh. 2.8, I suggest. Second call, 1.127. 1.128, I'll take. Third and final time. You said that earlier, Josh. See, I like this. If I just keep talking, it seems to be they keep spending. There's a nice arrangement. It seems to be what I have with my girlfriend at the moment. At $1.127 million, Josh, what about a half? I'll take 500. Why not? Same story. Worst thing that happens is they buy it. Last roll of the dice. They'd hate to miss out on this property. The way the market's going, the market is rising. It's going to go up by more than $500 before settlement. They're going to walk in to instant equity the way the market's rising. The cheapest property that they can buy was yesterday. But they can't buy one yesterday, but they can buy one today. Because the one that they buy tomorrow or the next week or the week after, they're just going to have to pay more and more and more because the market is going up. It's not going down, unfortunately. 1.127. Got them back there, Josh. 1.128. 1.128. GW3. I suggest we go to 1.13. I suggest we go 2 on top. Make it a big step. The smaller the bids, they encourage the next. What do you say? 1.128 with you, Josh, on the phone. First call on the market, we sell. 1.128. Second call. Well done there. 2 on top there. 1.13. 1.13. Where do we go from here, Josh? Get them back in. They understand value. They clearly know the property's worth it. I can tell you when you buy a property like this, when you buy a property at a fiercely competitive auction like this one is, what it means is you're buying a really nice place. You're buying a place that everyone else wants to buy. So what that means is when you go to sell the property in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, guess what? The same thing's going to happen. It's going to be fiercely competitive and you're going to make a lot of money. The investment you buy here today is going to be nothing compared to what you buy that you can sell the property for in future times. At 1.13 with GW3, Josh, I need to know, are they in, are they out? I'm going to call it 3 times. First call, 1.13. Any rise I'll take 500, I'll take 1,000. That's the third time lucky perhaps. Second call, Josh, another 1,000 on top. Same strategy. Worst thing that happens here is they buy it. They might get a really nice place, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Where can you find value like this in the market at the moment? What's going to happen, Josh, is they're going to keep going to open homes. They're going to keep going out. They're going to go looking at properties that they don't necessarily like. They're going to say in 4, 6, 8 weeks' time, is they're going to say, you know what, we really should have listened to Chris and the team at Ray White. We really should have bought that place in Valkyrie Crescent because all these other places, they're just not as nice. We're forced to buy a property. We're paying a higher price for something we don't like as much as 15 Valkyrie Crescent. Josh, are they in? Are they out? Have I done enough to convince them the third time? At 1.13, Josh, are they in? Are they out? All right, I think you bought it. GW3 Cam, permission to sell. Is that all right, mate? Can I sell away?
Yeah, permission to sell away.
I think you bought it. I'm going to call it 3 more times, and then the hammer's going to fall. 1,130,000 first call, second call, third and final time. We're selling. We're selling. Ladies and gentlemen, we've sold. Congratulations. Thanks for coming out. If you want to stick around, we'll just get an update on lot number 1. As I know there's been plenty of negotiations going around. Just bear with me one moment, and we'll be back in a second. gentlemen, let's recap. We're just going back to lot number one. Highest bid was 460,000. We're going to open the bidding back up. If you want to bid, now's the time to jump on in. At 460,000 now, where do we go from here? At 460, got it there, bid. Mia got it there at 480. You're in front. At 480 is the bid. Bids against you now. At 480,000, let's go 90 or 500. At 480,000 now, clearly bidding off it. Where do we go from here? Call it 3 more times. At 480,000 now. First call, 480. 90 where you need to be. Jump on in. Second call with you, Mia, at 480,000. Third and final time at 480,000 now. 90, jump back in. What this means, unfortunately, 23, is that Mia's got the keys. Mia's in the box seat. She's going to negotiate with the vendor. You don't get to negotiate. At 480, 90 where you need to be. 90 to get you back, 23, 480 I have. Going to call it 3 more times. Clear instructions from the vendor. I know what we're doing. First call, 480,000. 90 to get you back in, 23. All the others are interested. Again, I know there's plenty of bidders, plenty of registrations on the property. Second call, 480,000. Third and final time at 480,000. With you, Mia. 90 we search. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to put a vendor bid at 500. At 500,000 with me, the vendor, Mia, where you need to be is above that. At 500 we have. At $500,000 now, Mia, let's go 10 on top if you like, or 20. At 500 with the vendor. Where do we go from here, Mia? At 500 the bid, clearly bid and offered. At 500, first call. Second call, 510 or 20, I'll take, Mia. Get yourself in front. Second call at 500,000, Mia. Third and final time, 500,000 Mia. Need to jump on in. As I said earlier, if we pass the property in on a vendor bid, no one gets the right to negotiate, unfortunately. If you bid, you get the right to negotiate. We'll deal with you exclusively. But at 480, you don't have that opportunity because I have the bid with the vendor at 500. What that means is you and everyone else, 23, and the other registered bidders, they're going to put offers in tonight. The property's going to get sold. Make no mistake about it. The question is, Mia, will you have an advantage in that negotiation or will you not? Because unfortunately, at the moment, you don't have an advantage. Because the bid is not with you. The bid is with me. So 510, where you need to be. Give yourself the opportunity. Give yourself every chance to buy it. Today, I'm going to call it 3 times. Otherwise, we're just going to pass the property in, move to the next stage. I know Reuben's had plenty of interest, plenty of registrations. I know property's definitely going to get sold. First call at 500,000 Mia. Second call at 500,000. Third and final time at 500,000. Well, we're going to take the silence there, Mia. So what's going to happen there? We're going to pass the property in on a vendor bid, move to the next stage of negotiations. Reuben's got plenty of interest in the property. I'm sure next time you drive down Dorset Road, you'll see a sold sticker up. Thanks very much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you at the next Ray White Ringwood online auctions.